exactly when it starts.
Right?
We do our best, so
Do our best.
we do our best and bless the rest. Hey everyone, and welcome to Chef AJ and Friends. I'm your host, Chef AJ, and my friends today are my friends. We even go to Mexico together and bring back cats. Their names are Lissa and Nate of Raw Food Romance, and Lissa is making my favorite food of all time, vegan
You.
sushi. That is, I mean, oh my, and Lissa and Nate live in Vegas and they have a vegan sushi restaurant called Daikon that's fabulous. And if you come to Vegas, which has the most affordable flights to anywhere from anywhere in the world, I'm going to be hosting the plant-powered party on Labor Day weekend with amazing speakers like Dr. Joel Furman, who's going to do a comedy set, and Dr. Neil Barnard, and Dr. Will Bolshewitz, and Brenda Davis, Dr. Doug Lyle, Dr. Alan Goldheimer, Chris Wark, Dr. Christy Funk, Dr. Rosanne Alviera. I hope I didn't forget anybody, but Lissa and Nate are going to be doing an interactive live uncooking demo, as is Tommy and Tam Kramer. Tammy and Tom, Tommy and Tam from Nutmeg Notebook. So you don't want to miss this. And when you're in Vegas, you can go to Daikon and get yourself some vegan sushi. But today, Liz is going to be making a recipe from the brand new raw food vegan bundle that happens only once a year. And what's unique about this bundle is it's all raw. It's of course all vegan. It's of course all oil free. And I'm pretty sure it's low sugar and salt, if any. Lissa will talk about that. I'm actually in the bundle. I'm not raw, but Lissa and I collaborate on books, and this is our fourth book that we collaborated together. And I made a couple of recipes of my own because I know how to make them easily that are in the bundle that are, in my opinion, quite delicious. I have a low fat. Oh, the recipes are low fat as well. I made these into clusters, but I make the best raw vegan gingerbread granola. I based it on a recipe of Drina Burton with her permission, but I made it raw. I made it low calorie density, and it is delicious, especially if you have to go to Disneyland. It will sustain you. It's my #1 requested recipe from all the doctors here that like my food. Then I sometimes put some nuts in, give it a little higher calorie density for my friend who's a vegan ER doctor. He just texted me and said, boy, I had to work an extra 2 hours. That granola saved me. But this I'm really proud of. This is a recipe I came up with, but Lissa made it pretty because I only know how to make things taste good. Lissa knows how to make things look beautiful. So I went sugar-free over 20 years ago and by necessity gluten-free 15 years ago. And one of the things I missed most in my life was black licorice. I was never the kid that liked Twizzlers or red vines. They were sickly, chemically sweet. I loved black licorice from the time I was a little girl. I loved it. And I haven't been able to have it because it either has sugar or it has gluten or wheat or both. So I finally came up with a recipe for it and I brought it to Mexico. I'd never thinking that I was going to put it in a book or anything. And Lissa loved it and she said it was authentic, but she figured out, because I'm not a pro with figuring out times or beauty, but she figured out a way to make it like into vines, and hers are prettier than mine and into little like stars. And everybody that tastes this says this tastes exactly like black licorice. It's low calorie density, it's low fat. There's no refined sugar. And I mean, this is mind blowing. If you like black licorice, if you don't, well, I don't have one for red. And so I talked a lot, but now the star of the show to make a cilantro lime rice raw vegan sushi that you can get only for the next 10 days in the raw vegan bundle. When it's gone. Link below. Lissa Maris.
Thank you so much, Chef AJ. You are amazing. And yes, we're blessed to call you dear friend. And your black licorice, I have some as well that I made. Mine are like little tinies.
Okay, yours look blacker and prettier. Tell me how you did it.
You know, I don't know, honestly. It could be, I don't know, maybe one of the ingredients was a little darker. But they're also quite small. They're very tiny. Like I made littles. They're little tiny rosettes. They're so good though. Oh my gosh. I'm like, I need to make this every week.
They're so good. And what's nice about it, and of course everybody's different, is like certain treats I can't stop eating. I can have just like three or four and that's it. Like I don't need to eat an egregious amount for some reason because it's not a sickly sweet thing, but it sure is authentic. That's why we called it raw authentic.
Yes, exactly. And another bonus, one of the secret ingredients that's in here is actually really gut friendly. So this would be a really nice thing to eat after a meal to help with digestion as well. So that's kind of a nice little bonus. And Nate doesn't really like black licorice, but he tasted it and he's like, this is exact. It's exact. And I agree. It's like totally exactly black licorice.
Yeah, and it just happened to be raw. Like I wasn't, when I was thinking of it, I wasn't going for a raw recipe. I was like, God, I really miss the taste of licorice. And eating fennel is great, but it's just like I wanted I like the chewiness of it, but this isn't so chewy that it'll affect your dental work or if you have bridge work or this isn't that's one thing that's a little bit better about ours is it's soft enough for I think everybody to chew.
I agree totally because like when you eat like regular candy, it gets stuck in your teeth and it's not as enjoyable. But this one, it's soft. It's easy to eat. It's so good. So yeah, the recipe is in Make It Raw Volume 4, which is in the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. And I just want to mention something really quickly because usually when we do bundles, you get 1 year to download the content. But because the prices have skyrocketed, for bundle hosting, we can only do it until June 30th. So once you buy the bundle, go to the link in the description box below, buy the bundle, and then take 5 minutes. It really takes like 5, maybe 10 minutes to download all the content. And once you have it on your device, you have it forever. So do that before June 30th and keep all the files.
It always cracks me up, like you're the one that taught me, if not for the last minute, nothing would be get done because the other bundle we do together, it's like, it's so funny how like one day, like a year to the day, people are like, oh, can I still get the flash? Like, yeah, it doesn't take that long to download it. I always feel like the best time to do something is now. Like, and if I don't do it when I think of it, I just will keep procrastinating. So yeah, and it doesn't take that long to even download them separately. I mean, I think it took me 4 minutes.
Yeah, I know it's really easy. And also because this bundle, because it's raw and everything is brand new, by the way. So there's zero duplicates in this because everything is being released brand new in this bundle. There's only 32 things in the bundle, valued at nearly $1,400 worth of brand new content. We're able to put on the download all button because it seems like bundles that are over 50, the download all button doesn't work because there's so many files. But with the download all button, when it's under 50 or under 40, it tends to work a little bit better. But you want to still check and make sure that you get all of them when you use the download all button. But that is an option. And you can download straight to Dropbox as well. So if you have a Dropbox account, you can download everything right to your Dropbox, and that's a nice safe backup. And then you can just access all the files from Dropbox. Yeah. So it's like 2 minutes to download. It's not that long.
Nice, nice. Well, you were at my house and you made sushi and it was delicious, especially the dipping sauce.
Yeah, that dipping sauce was really good. That one was a bell pepper ginger kind of a dipping sauce. And today we have, I just kind of whipped these together. It's wasabi that I mixed with a little bit of coconut aminos, apple cider vinegar, and some red pepper flakes. So this will be our dipping sauce today for this. There's tons of dipping sauces in the sushi ebook that has been released in the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. There's 160 recipes in my sushi ebook. There's nori rolls, so there's all different kinds of sushi. And then there is sauces and toppings and sprinkles and fillings and salads and all kinds of stuff. Like we have the okonomiyaki pancakes, we have the katsu, we have gyoza dumplings, we have all different kinds of Japanese inspired dishes in this sushi ebook. So we also, in the ebook, if you buy the bundle and download the ebook, there is a tutorial video in there. It's about 49 minutes long, and it shows you how to wet chop, how to roll the sushi, which we're going to do here today, how to do the inside out rolls, and how to put the avocado on top of the rolls. So it's all pretty and fancy and stuff. So that's in that ebook as well.
Nice. Yeah, that I mean, all your books are beautiful. I don't know how you keep creating like this.
I even have stuff ready for next year. I'm like already got like so many recipes that I'm excited about for next year. But the Make It Raw 4 one that we collaborated on, this recipe is going to be from that one. It's the garlic cilantro lime rice. So we can start on that really quickly here.
So people are asking where Nate is, and I'm also asking where Dove Dove is. So if he wants to make a cameo appearance with Dove Dove, and if you guys want to know the story of Dove Dove, watch the video of Lissa for when we met her at Rancho La Puerta. And there's still a few openings in July if you want to go with me and Dr. Ellen Goldhammer, but time is of the essence.
There she is. There she is. She likes to sit on those boxes, and she loves that blanket that you sent her. Her godmother sent
Where
her.
are the other cats?
I think they're over in the corner. I can't see them, but they like the corner of our place has all these big windows.
Raj is on the couch.
Raja's on the couch,
Yeah.
and Jai sometimes sleeps in the closet too. He likes it nice and
It's
dark.
just amazing that they all got along. I mean, that was my biggest concern because, you know, I don't know cats always. I know that sometimes they just don't always get along.
Took that week.
Yeah, we did take a week. So
Or
that
longer.
office right there, we had is kind of like Dove's room. So we had her in there for a whole week with the doors closed. So all they could do was smell each other and like kind of see each other's noses underneath the door. Sometimes she would run her paws underneath the door. So they kind of got comfortable that way. And then when they were in person, it took a day or two before they were comfortable. But then I think it was the third day. We just let her out, and you know, and they all tolerated each other, and they did really well.
Each other.
Yeah, they chase each other and play now, so it's really cool.
So there's a question about would it work with Google, like the downloading? Will
Rob?
this work with Google Drive as well to download all at once?
Well, the download all button will download them all onto your device, but there is an option to download to Dropbox. They don't have the option in SendOwl to download to Google Drive, but if you download all onto your device, you can just drag that folder onto your Google Drive. So it's like literally just dragging it over into your Google Drive, and then it'll upload it there, and you can use Google Drive. I love Google Drive. That's one of my favorites.
Nice. Somebody's saying they'd love to see Nate make a cracker recipe. You might be coming on again before the end of the bundle, so maybe does he have a cracker recipe that he's known for, or something like that in the bundle?
We could whip up one.
Yes, we can definitely. Nate would love to join in, and yeah, we could do pancakes and crackers. That would be fun.
Yay.
Pancakes and
Nice.
crackers. So yeah, I'm going to start out really quick while we chat. So if there's any other questions, this is, I'm getting 2 tablespoons of lime juice so that we can make the dressing for this rice. So I want to really quickly chat about the black forbidden rice. This is the forbidden rice, and we bloomed it over the last 3 days. So it takes 72 hours, and it's so easy to make. This is the Lotus Foods heirloom black forbidden rice, and this is what it looks like when it's bloomed. You can kind of see how it's split a little bit, like it's been cooked,
Spoon.
but
Just like a little bit. Yeah.
yeah, so it's like, it's so cool, and it's nice and soft, and you can eat it raw. So yeah, it just takes 72 hours to make, and all you do is put the rice in a jar and fill it with water. That's it, and then you just let it sit for 3 days. So, you know, like when people sometimes see, they're like, oh, it takes so long to do certain things, but it literally only takes like 30 seconds to soak it. You just have to, the whole thing is planning, right? We have to plan. So when I knew that we were doing this, here it is, here's some more that is just soaking. And it's ready to go. We'll drain that and just put it in the fridge. And then we've got about 4 days to use it. We'll put it in salads or in wraps, or we'll roll sushi, because there are some recipes in the sushi ebook that call for the black forbidden rice. But if you can't get the black forbidden rice, you can always use other things like wet chopped cauliflower or zucchini. I think that maybe. Yeah, so good. The sushi is so delicious.
I'm excited.
Mhm.
We're having this topping with you.
Oh yes, I've got lots of toppings as well. So here we go. Let's do this. Could you grab me a little bowl so I can mix this in? Yeah. Okay, so we've got our limes juiced and
This good?
yeah, it's perfect. Okay, so we're gonna get 2 tablespoons of lime juice. I believe this will be perfect amount. Look at that. Yep. I'll just add a little extra lime, extra lime. And then we have 2 tablespoons of tahini. So we have these old bottles that we use for tahini. I'm just gonna guesstimate. That's about 2 tablespoons, I'd say. Then we have a teaspoon of grated garlic. So we have this garlic roller that I really like. It's like a silicone garlic roller, and all we do is take the garlic clove, put it in there and roll it. And it's pretty easy to peel off. Actually, it didn't really work with this one, but you know, I think it depends on how dry the garlic is, but there we go. There's a nice piece of garlic. So we'll just put that to the side and grab I like the microplane for grating garlic. It's a really good one. I'm just gonna cut the end off this garlic here. And microplane grate this garlic. And there we go. So just get that in there. Then we have miso paste, date sugar, and lime zest. Oh, that's one thing that I would definitely want to do before you make this is to do the lime zest. I totally missed that one.
Yeah, it's
So-
much easier to do it while the lime is whole.
Totally, right? Yeah, and I think I put that in the instructions. Make sure you zest your lime first, because that's a lot easier to do.
Question from Instagram, do you leave the rice at room temperature?
Yes, we do leave the rice at room temperature. One of the things that can really help to prevent spoilage is to mix it, like once you put the water in, you can use a spoon and stir it. So you can release a lot of the air bubbles, and that really helps prevent spoilage. So you can, every time you walk by, you could stir it a little bit to release any bubbles. But we keep it at room temperature. And then once it's done, we then put it into the fridge. So
We can talk about how the different people.
yeah, and Nate mentioned this, that some people try to do different rices like brown rice or wild rice, and not all rice blooms properly. This is the only brand that we found that blooms properly. Nate's gonna grab one so he can show you which brand it is. It's the Heirloom Black Forbidden Rice. And some batches bloom really nicely and other batches don't bloom the same.
Oh, yes, I've seen that rice at Whole Foods. Have you ever used purple rice?
Yeah, so this is kind of the same thing. We have a bag of jazzberry purple rice, but we tried to bloom it and it didn't bloom at all. So it was just really interesting how, some of them bloom
Even
and some of them don't.
batches.
Yeah, and even some batches of this one don't always bloom the best either. So, but this batch, this is a good batch.
Yeah, this one-
And we've been,
We did
Yeah.
perfect.
it's perfect. So then we have in here, so we've got 2 tablespoons of lime juice, 2 tablespoons of tahini, a little grated garlic, some miso paste. I put a teaspoon of miso paste in there. And we're going to go 2 teaspoons of date sugar. I love date sugar because it's just dried ground dates. So it's a wonderful option to use if you're looking for sweetener. And then we've got an 1/8 of a teaspoon of chili powder. So you can add more chili powder. We love adding lots of chili powder. So we're going to go 1/2 teaspoon. But the recipe calls for an 1/8 of a teaspoon. So you can add as much or as little as you want. And so then we're just going to mix this sauce up. And this is going to be the sauce for our rice. So once that's mixed up quite nicely, then we will get on chopping some of our vegetables for this rice. So we're going to be using green onion. So I'll chop some green onion here. So let's chop off those ends. And you can add as much or as little as you want. You can also add all different kinds of things to this rice if you want. You don't have to follow the recipe exactly. Like if you want chopped carrot added to this, or if you want maybe extra garlic, or you don't like onion, you could skip the onion, or you can just put whatever you like in here. And while we're at it, I'm also going to do the red onion. So top off. And then we'll go here. Calls for 2 tablespoons of minced red onion. I like to do 2 rounds because I really love red onion. That's probably one of my favorite vegetables.
There's some other nice things in the bundle, like there was Yin Yin always has something really amazing.
Oh, Yin, yeah, she is epic. Actually, speaking of Yin, she has fortune cookies. So I brought one up to show. I made her fortune cookies. These are raw. They are so creative. I can't believe. Check this out. You break it open. Here we go. So as you can see, there's the little fortune inside. Let's read the fortune. And everyone gets this recipe when they buy the bundle. It's in Yin's Chinese takeout. Look at that. You are a masterpiece.
That is, I downloaded that. How could I have missed the cookie?
Oh, yeah, it's I think it's near the end of her PDF, and she has a video in there as well showing how to do it. She is so creative with her recipes. The beef and broccoli Nate and I had was delicious. We also made the egg foo young and the egg fried rice and the cashew chicken. We actually made the cashew chicken with your spicy peanut noodles. That recipe is in Make It Raw 4 as well. And we mixed them together, and Nate was like, we need to have this every week. So it was a good combination.
Yeah, hers is called the Chinese takeout course.
Yes, the Chinese takeout course, all raw. And yeah, when Chinese takeout was one of my favorite things back in the day. So when I heard she was doing that, I was super excited to make some of her recipes. And they're legit. They're so good. So here I'm just cutting or taking off the stems from some cilantro because we want to put some cilantro in here as well. So we're just going to do that a little bit here. It just calls for a 1/4 cup, but you can put as much or as little as you want in here. And again, this recipe is in the Make It Raw Volume 4 ebook. And you can eat it straight, or you can put it in sushi rolls like what we're going to do today on the show. Yes. Get that cilantro ready. I like to take the stems off. I know some people don't mind having the stems, but I think it looks prettier when you take the stems off. So I take my time, a little extra time to do that. But okay, so we've got some cilantro. Just gonna chop that up. I like to kind of bunch it all into like a little ball so I can chop it nicely here. All right. So then the final ingredient, and this is such an easy, simple recipe to make that you can use for a side dish, or like I said, inside sushi rolls. But then we're going to do some avocado. So got our avocado here. And this is a nice firm one. When you're making sushi, the firm ones are the best. And I really want to quickly show how I like to cut the avocado for sushi rolls, because we are going to put avocado in the rice, but also in the sushi rolls. So we're going to use a whole avocado. Half the avocado is going to go in the rice cubed, and the other half is going to be rolled up in the sushi. So what I like to do, you want to have your avocado kind of soft, but still firm. So ripe, but firm, because then you can peel the outside off. And when you peel it off, you've got this beautiful avocado. Can be a little challenging. Again, it depends on how firm or ripe your avocado is. It can be a little challenging, but once you get that off, I will show how I like to cut And we can't say anything because Dove is obsessed with avocado, but cats shouldn't have avocado. She is a fiend for avocado. She goes crazy.
That's so interesting. I didn't know that cats couldn't have them. Why?
So inside the skin, this part, there's a chemical called persin, which can be toxic to their organs. And the flesh, they can have a little bit, like, we're talking like a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. There she is. And she can smell it.
She got up. Yeah.
She got up. She knows we have avocado here. Oh my gosh. Yep, here she comes. She's like, do you have Yeah, she's so cute.
She's so pretty.
Really is. She's gorgeous. So like they can have probably like we're talking like less than this amount.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even give her
A
it.
couple of questions.
Yes.
Can you also replace the forbidden rice with cauliflower rice? And do you have to rinse and drain the rice? And do you have to change the water when soaking the rice for 3 days or just leave it?
Those are great questions. So we just leave it. You can change the water if you feel more comfortable doing that, but always have the rice submerged while it's blooming.
Rinse it first.
And yes, when you're done, you want to rinse the rice first, obviously, before, just like how you would with cooking, rinse the rice first. And then, then you soak it for 3 days just on the counter in the same water. You can change the water if you want to, you don't have to. But yeah, she's coming up here. She wants that avocado. You stay.
The spray. Get the spray. We got to give her a little spray.
Oh no.
Didn't spray her. She knows.
She knows.
She knows. Okay, so here's how we do the avocado for sushi inside the sushi rolls. Cut it into a quarter, and then using the tip of the knife on the board, you can actually select what thickness you want your avocado to be. So if you want it really thin, have it closer to the board. If you want it thicker, have it higher. You can usually get about 3 or 4 slices out of an avocado and just drag the tip across and just go like this. And again, it depends on how thick you want them. But there we go. We have our slices for our sushi.
Need a good knife for that.
Yes, you do. You definitely need a good and sharp knife to make sushi. It's super important to have that. Okay, so then the other one, yeah, she knows. She knows. For this, for the actual rice, we are going to mini cube the avocado. So I'm just going to mince this really finely, and then we'll put this into the rice.
You know, a cat would not naturally get avocado in nature. My guess is because she was a ranch cat and sometimes they get fed by the guests. Somebody gave her avocado.
I think so. I really do think so. And she is just like obsessed. But again, we don't want her to have the avocado just because the flesh part doesn't have a high concentration of the persin. However, cats shouldn't be on a really high fat diet because it can cause pancreatitis. And you know how
Oh boy, do I know about high.
Yeah, I know. When I read that, I was like, oh yeah, that's we don't want her to get sick. So we're just not giving her any at all, even though she really, really wants it very badly. So here we go. This is our rice. So we're just going to mix this up a little bit. And we will add our sauce. So we've got our sauce here. We use a spatula so I can get it all, because we want all that delicious sauce because it's so good. And a cool thing about this recipe is that, do you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Nate says it's good. The cool thing about this recipe to use for sushi is that this sauce kind of makes everything a little bit stickier. So it really helps for making the sushi rice itself. So here we go.
She's eyeing.
She's eyeing it. She's so funny. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're just gonna mix this up. So again, this is the final rice. This is how you would make this rice, and then you could use it on tostadas. You can add it in sushi rolls. You can have it as a side dish. And again, this recipe is in Make It Raw Volume 4. So you can make this, and it's pretty much ready as soon as you mix it up with the sauce. But we are going to go one step further, and we're going to roll some sushi with it. And I think we need to get like a cat tree or something to put in the kitchen so that she can sit on that. Because she really likes to see everything. Okay, let's go. She is so funny. I just wash my hands. Oh my gosh. She's hilarious. She's a cutie. So here we have our rice. Now, let's roll our sushi. So we have our avocado, and if you could grab me a plate, that would be great. So I'm gonna chop a few other things for our sushi rolls. Really quickly here, we have bell pepper. So I'm just going to cut probably about, you know, just a few. The thing with sushi is you can't really fill them with like a huge amount of stuff because there's not a ton of space, so you can't really use a whole bell pepper unless you're making multiples. So we're just going to cut a few pieces of this, and then we'll do some cucumber. What I like to do with the cucumber is measure it against the nori to see how long I want it, and then I cut from there. That way I have one long piece of cucumber, and then we just use the rest in a salad later. So we'll just cut a few slices from this cucumber to use in our sushi.
What do you think? This one or that one?
Well, both actually. I'm gonna use this one for the sushi. I just needed something for the ingredients.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So here we go. We've got some bell pepper. We have some avocado. We've got some cucumber. So we'll just put this to the side. I also want to put some kimchi in the sushi as well. So we've got some kimchi here too. So this one here is from Cleveland. It's a kimchi. We get this one from Sprouts, and it's probably one of our favorite. We do have a similar one recipe in the sushi ebook, so you can make your own if you want to, which is very healthy. So, all right, let's roll our sushi. I got a trick to show everybody how to make raw sushi stick together better. And again, like I mentioned, there's a 1-hour video inside the sushi ebook that shows you how to do this. We're using 2 nori rolls. We're using 2 nori rolls or nori sheets to make this. So
Show that there too.
Oh yes, this is the nori that we use, raw and vegan. That just means that these nori sheets have not been toasted. So when we do raw sushi, we use untoasted nori.
And the links are in the book.
Yes, links are in the book. Yes. Okay, so this is the trick. We use 2 sheets of nori.
Look at her. She's sneaking in. Hey, get the spray bottle.
Oh my God, that is hilarious.
So
Hey,
fun.
I have an idea. What if you put the sushi in a wrap?
Yes, you could totally put that in a wrap. Oh, totally. You could so do that. That would be so good, actually. Okay, so we have our first sushi here, or nori sheet. And what we do is we spray the top third of the bottom sheet. And then we take the top sheet and we put it on top of the top third of the bottom sheet. So now you have a really long sheet of nori. And with that long sheet of nori, you've got reinforcement here and you've got reinforcement here. So that's going to make the rolling a lot easier, and it's going to stick together a lot better as well. So we'll start with some of our rice. Let's get that rice on there. We've got enough here to make 2 rolls, one for me and one for Nate. And if you were here, Chef AJ, we would make a double batch and you would have 2 whole rolls altogether. So here we go. You want to flatten it as well to kind of like get it firm. So make sure that that's nice and flat on there. And when you're filling this double nori sheet, you can go right up to the halfway point. with your rice filling, whether you're using cauliflower rice or the carrot zucchini, or you're doing this with the black rice or anything like that. You can go up halfway and really fill this. That's another benefit to having the two sheets. Okay, so then we're gonna go with, in the center, we've got our cucumber here. We've got some avocado that she's so desperately trying to get. It's like every time we have avocado, she's a ravenous little miss.
Yeah, look at her.
She's trying.
She smells it.
Okay, so you've got the avocado, and I want to put a little bit of kimchi in here as well. So we can take some kimchi and put a little bit in our nori roll here. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but you can definitely put anything you want in your sushi rolls. We even have some sprouts that I found in the fridge, so we might as well add those too.
Yeah, somebody was asking if you ever put microgreens in.
For sure. Microgreens look so pretty in sushi, and also bonus nutrition, flavor, especially radish. Radish, microgreens, and sprouts go really, really well with sushi. Okay, so we're done now. I don't use a sushi mat, but you can definitely if you want to. I like to roll it up and hold the middle with my fingers, just roll it over, and then you squeeze it so it all gets nice and tight, and just take your time. If it comes out the sides, it doesn't matter. Just roll it nice and tight. And then when you get to approximately here,
Do it.
you spray the top so it gets softer, because when you spray the top, then it'll stick together a lot better. And now we're reinforcing that nori roll. So if you do have any little rips or tears or whatever, this reinforcing really helps. So then there we go. We have one nori roll done here. And what I like to do is let it sit to the side to just soften up while we make the second one. So let's make a part 2 here. Well, that one kind of sits a little bit. She's complaining now. She's very talkative, and she's very angry that she can't have some avocado. So as you can see, it's a pretty fast process to make these nori rolls. So there we go. We've got our long nori. Now we can put our rice inside, and we can actually use all of this, the rest of this recipe in here.
What's in the spray bottle? Jeanette wants to know.
Oh, it's just water. It's just water, because we want to hydrate the nori so that it sticks on itself. So here we go. This one might have a little extra rice inside. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, just water in the spray bottle. Yeah, this one definitely has a lot more. Actually, I'm gonna take a little bit out. It might be a little bit much. There we go. That should be good. Okay. So there we go. Make sure it's nice and flat on there. You can use your hands or a rice sushi paddle. That can work too. So here we go. I'm just going to quickly rinse my hand here. And we will fill it with more stuff. So we've got our cucumber. We have some avocado here, just like so. We have bell pepper. You could put red onion in here too. You could put green onion. So many options. And there's lots of different fillings and different ideas in the sushi ebook. So if you're looking for interesting fillings, grab the bundle so you can get that brand new sushi ebook. My brand new sushi ebook. It's so cool. I'm so excited about it. I put so much love into that. So I do hope everybody enjoys it. Here's some sprouts. These are going to be so good. Yes. Okay. Now we're going to roll it. Again, I like to just use my hands here and roll it over. Squeeze and roll. And again, if it rips at this stage, it's okay because you've got a lot of reinforcement. I'm just going to take that extra rice out. We can eat it on the side. It's totally cool. Once you get to about there, spray it again with some water. to get that nori soft and wet and sticky, and then just roll the rest of the way. And there we go. We've got our second one. So now I'm just going to take some of this rice off to the side. And like I said, you can eat this. It's so delicious. It's obviously the salad. So, which is really cool that you can just eat the sides
Toy.
as well. Oh, she found her toy. Okay, so the next step is to cut our sushi. So we have our little sushi plate right here. And we're going to use that to present our sushi. Okay, so here we have our first roll. Now let's cut this up. So what I like to do, personally, I like to wipe the knife clean after every cut. You don't have to, but it does make it a little bit easier. And I like to cut in the center first, and then I do each half. So here's the center. Just go nice.
Have you ever put mango in a sushi? I love mango in sushi.
Mango in a sushi. We have some that have mango in it. So that's really cool. There's lots of different kinds of sushis in the ebook that you can make. And yes, we have the mango curry. There's also some other ones that have mango in them too. Check this out. Usually you can get 6 to 8 different pieces when you cut sushi. It depends on how thick you want them. We're going to do 6 per roll for this one. And then the ends, of course, you can just eat those while you're making it. But here we go. Check out those sushi. We have sushi. They're nice big pieces. So they're going to be really tasty. 1, 2.
Oh, we know what you're having for lunch today.
Oh, yes, this is lunch for sure. Here, let's put a little saucy sauce in the center. Just get some. Okay, now we can do the second roll. Look at all that sushi. Okay, let's cut the second one now. Here we go. Cut it in half. Just take your time, go slow. Make sure your knife is nice and sharp. That's going to really help to cut these really nicely. 1, 2, and 3.
Is it a special knife?
This one here is a Nakano. But we use cheap knives from Bed Bath & Beyond when it used to be. So as long as the knife is sharp, it's going to be good. So yeah, you don't have to have fancy knives, but they do help. They're nice. They're really great too. But okay, here we go. We've got one more half to cut here. 2 and 3. So we have 4 little ends. We call these the sushi butts.
Sushi butts.
Sushi butts. And sometimes we'll have a little bowl and we'll put all the butts in a bowl and then we just enjoy that as like a little side
A
salad.
little butt bowl.
A butt bowl, yeah. Okay, so here we go. Got one more to come in here. And there's our sushi. Yes. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful spread of sushi. And we made that together here. You could sprinkle with some sesame seeds if you wanted to.
Here, get you some.
Oh, Nate's gonna get me some sesame seeds. And then obviously these little ends you can totally eat extra because they're just as equally delicious. But when it comes to presentation, it is nice to have all of this here. I'm just gonna move on here. And we have 2 sauces because one's for me and one's for Nate for lunch. Here we go. Sesame seeds. Okay, then we have just for decoration. You could also put kimchi on top if you wanted to. Or you could just do some sesame seeds like this. And yeah, you get to enjoy. So this was so much fun to make together. There we go.
You know, if you made everybody's food, everybody would eat like this. I know it.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, thank
I
you.
mean, the thing is, guys, I've had her food, and I mean, I've made her food, but I'm lazy. But when she makes it, it's even better.
Aw.
Your recipes are, I mean, I just wish somebody would just open up a raw restaurant with your recipes. I know you're not gonna want to do it.
Aw, thank you. I really, truly appreciate that. Thank you, Chef.
You could call it Dove Love or Love Dove.
Loved him.
Um,
Yeah, look at her. She just like sits up there. She hangs out. She's so cool. Nate actually walked with her in the airport like that through the security because they wouldn't let, you know, because they can't take her through the thing. So she just sits up there. She's so cute.
She wants some really
Yeah,
bad.
she wants some. Yeah, she wants some.
Wow. Well, if you guys want to meet Dove Dove, you're gonna have to go to the Vegas conference. Somehow we're gonna have to sneak her in.
Here.
Right? Can you hear him? Yum yum.
What do you think, girl?
Can you yum yum?
And if you guys want to learn how to make sushi and oh my God, those fortune cookies, I didn't even realize there was a PDF to download in Yin's offering. And I mean, a fortune, I don't even know how to make a non-raw vegan fortune cookie. That is just so cool.
Right? I
They're
had
really
no
good.
idea how to make them either. So when I was reading her recipe, I'm like, this is brilliant.
They're
This is
really-
so good.
They're really good too.
Oh, so Nate really wants to have a piece of sushi here. Here, you
It's
can use
hard
this.
to not have it.
Right?
Mm.
There you go. What do you think?
Mm. I don't think she's gonna like them.
He's
Oh,
gonna put them
man.
all to himself.
So guys, we gave you that recipe. Lissa was kind enough. It's in the show notes, meaning you have to be on YouTube to see those. But if you want hundreds of more, over, I think it's $1,400 worth of brand new content from all your favorite raw creators like Chris Kendall. And you'll have to say some of the names because I'm not familiar with.
Nate, Karen Ramsey, we have Kiko, Yin. Yeah,
Rick and
Yin.
Karen.
Rick and Karen have they have like a what I eat in a day video course showing how, you know, what I eat in a day, how adding or subtracting certain things changes the nutritional content of what you're eating. So it's pretty educational. There's just so much great stuff in there. Sky Conway has her dinners as well. Zuzana has Fall in Love with Vegetables, which is like a salad ebook. So lots of fun stuff. Nate's
Grant.
Crackers, Grant Campbell's in there. So many great creators. But yes, the sushi book. You want to get the sushi book? You want to get the new one that I wrote with Chef AJ?
Yeah, because then you'll get the raw licorice recipe. And I mean,
Yes.
I guess they could do it cooked. I mean, I don't know, but I mean, there's no need to because it's just so darn easy. And come to Vegas and see us.
Yes, please come to Vegas. We can't wait to do a live demo with you.
You need to send it out to your list. I don't think you have yet to get them to realize that it's going to be interactive. They can meet you and taste your food and all that kind of great stuff.
Yes, definitely I'm going to be promoting it a lot after this bundle. It's going to be great.
This sauce
Yes.
is crazy.
You like
good.
the sauce? Yeah. Sauces in the sushi book.
Yeah. Somebody's saying, do you use classic wasabi and soy sauce? She's using coconut aminos instead of soy sauce.
Yes, but you can use namashoyu if you don't mind having because they're, you know, it's not gluten free, but this is the wasabi that we are using. So wasabi usually has like all kinds of strange things. This is an old bottle that we're still using up. I probably wouldn't purchase this specific one again because there's an anti-caking, there's silicon dioxide in there. But again, it's old. We're using it up. But this one here, this one is real wasabi. This one from Sonic. This one you can get at Whole Foods. It's fairly expensive, but it's pure wasabi. That's the only thing that's in it. The only thing is that if you make it with just this, it's going to be more bitter of a wasabi. To make it more like that, you know, the restaurant style, it's recommended to add horseradish powder and mustard powder to it when you're mixing it. That will give it that spiky, sour edge that you might be missing from the straight wasabi. So I do explain that in the ebook as well. So if you get the sushi ebook, you've got you got to learn all about wasabi. So
and people are asking, will this be a print book as well someday?
We're hoping that we can get it into print. The only problem that I see is some of the print might be a little bit too small print. So I have to play around with different formats for the print version. If we do a print version, it wouldn't be until closer to the end of the year because it takes about 6 months to go through that process of like trying to format and everything. But right now, the only place that you can get the sushi ebook, the digital version, is in the bundle. So please go grab the bundle so you can get it. And then, Kiko, Kiko, who's in the bundle as well, she printed the whole book out. It's almost 300 pages, and she printed everything out with her computer. So she was so happy with it. She loved it from Japan. So I did it justice.
Your book is 300 pages?
I think it might be 300. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's only 200 pages. I can't remember now, but it's definitely over 200.
Wow. Colleen, the sauce is, she said the sauce was wasabi and coconut aminos and lime juice, right?
So I did wasabi that I mixed with a little bit of water, and then I added coconut aminos, I added apple cider vinegar, and what else did I put? Oh, chili powder, the chili powder.
Yeah. And the recipe's in the show notes, Colleen, plus you also bought the bundle, so thank you very much. Well, gosh, this looks great, and I'm sure you're doing a bunch of lives. You want to tell people where else you're going to be this week if they want to see you do some of the other recipes?
Yes, so we're going to be rolling sushi. I don't know which day we are. We're going to do some more sushi rolling and some more lives. Today we're going to be live with, I'm going to be doing a live just on Instagram, so Q&A style at 3 o'clock. And then at 6 o'clock, I'm live with Yin. So we're going to be talking more about sushi, tips on how to make awesome sushi. So that's going to happen tonight at 6 p.m. But if anybody wants to see all the lives that are going on, and times and what platforms, head on over to the link in the description box below. Go to the bundle website, buy the bundle, and then click on the 2025 live event schedule. It's at the top menu, and it'll bring you to a page that shows you everything that's happening every single day until May 11th. So you'll be able to see and join in and hang out with us and ask questions. So yeah.
Yay. Yummy. Thank you so much, Lissa. And you might be coming back next Sunday, maybe on Mother's Day, the last day of the bundle, to do those pancakes you're talking about.
Yes, let's do it.
Absolutely. That looks absolutely beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Well, thank you. And nice to see you, Dove Dove.
Yes, nice to see you, Dove Dove. I don't know where she is.
Very cool. I love your under cabinet lights too, purple.
Purple, I know, we did it purple just for you.
I need that. Thanks. Okay, well, thanks everybody for watching, and thanks for getting the bundle. And please come back Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific time for none other than Dr. Michael Greger, who also has a new book.